I guess you've done ice baths before, right? You said so. Everybody else has done ice baths before, yeah? Excellent. Why do you do ice baths? Well, there's many people do it for the anti-inflammatory benefits, right? Because whenever you expose yourself to a lot of exercise, you lift a lot of weights, you have a lot of lactic acids that start to be created in the muscle tissue, and then you do an ice bath, and that mellows it down, takes the pain away from the muscle tissue, lowers the inflammation, and makes you ready to train again fairly soon again, like 3-4 hours. Athletes that are of high endurance, they do a workout in the morning, they do an ice bath in the middle day, and they're ready to do another sort of workout in the afternoon. But for instance, many people that want to do muscle hypertrophy and they want to gain a lot of muscle and look bulked up, if they do ice baths, they kind of lose that capacity to look good, and the muscle actually shrinks a little bit. So there's ways to it. But in my instance, I do ice baths, yes, because of the anti-inflammatory benefits, but because of the metabolic functions that it has. I always do an ice bath on a fast when my metabolism is very quick. I don't consume any sugars, so my metabolism is used with consuming fatty acids instead of glucose, sugars, and fructose. So whenever your body lacks energy and you do an ice bath, it needs to take energy from somewhere, and it scrambles everything up and it makes you super quick and eaty, and all of a sudden your body consumes cancer cells, lymph juices, bacteria, viruses. It discomposes everything it needs, and then you cleanse your body, and it starts the system of autophagy. Autophagy is the key for your body to function properly and clean disease by itself without having to do many other things like just the biohacking itself. You don't have to go to the doctor, get some prescription pills. You prevent many diseases by fasting, doing ice baths, fastening your metabolism, and the autophagy consumes everything else. Also, it starts the system of apoptosis. Whenever a cell has a lifespan of 1 week or 2 weeks, at some point it kills itself so that a new cell takes its place. But for cancer cells, for instance, they have a lifespan that can be 1 or 2 or 3 months long. They don't kill themselves, then they keep reproducing. So whenever you're fasting, your body needs to scramble that energy, and the T cells that are the immune system go to that cell specifically, and it tells it, okay, you don't serve a purpose anymore, kill yourself so that we can use it as energy for something else. So yeah, it cleanses everything. And the reason I combine it with the ice bath itself, with fasting, is that it makes everything smoother and quicker, and it kickstarts that metabolism for those said benefits. I had stage 4 cancer myself, and one of the activities I always did was the ice baths, and it has been proven very useful. But what type of breathwork do you do? Do you meditate, or how do you like to combine your ice baths? Yeah, I mean, it really depends. The reason why we do the breath work and we oxygenate ourselves is to expand the cardiovascular system, but also the oxygen itself lowers the cortisol levels, which is the hormone of stress. And once we de-stress ourselves, we are more prone and calm and focused, and our mind doesn't get into all sorts of thoughts like procrastination. And in reality, procrastination is our biggest enemy because it stops us from achieving our greatest self. So the breath work prepares, calms the nervous system, takes control of the central nervous system, which is the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is connected to all the organs that are autonomous and the lungs. The only way to control the vagus nerve is with the breathwork because of the lung connection, and that settles everything down with hyperventilation, relaxes our organs, and in a way that lowers the cortisol levels, and we're able to shock ourselves with the ice bath. Because of the ice, our cardiovascular system contracts a lot. Whenever the cold gets into the muscle tissue, the veins and arteries shrink. When you oxygenate, you expand that cardiovascular system. So if you get in and you do your breath work, you expand the cardiovascular system, you get into the ice, you shrink everything, and that creates the flexibility, that creates the prevention of heart attacks, strokes, and all sorts of issues whenever we get older. But yeah, in a way, breathwork should be always a combination with the ice bath beforehand, to prepare, to relax, to get into the moment, and then shock ourselves with the ice. And excellent, good. What we usually do is at the end I hold the air in as much as possible, mostly because whenever we get into the ice, because the arteries shrink, the oxygen doesn't get to the extremities anymore, and it can sort of prevent that from happening so early. So we'll see how it goes. Everybody can do it as they wish and how they feel better. But what I'll be doing is 2 cycles of Wim Hof, 30 breaths each cycle, and at the end of the 30th breath I'll be holding my lungs full, because it helps. I feel like the blood flow is better when I have the lungs full. Yeah, I mean, the first 20-30 seconds is always the shock, right? But then you get into control and do deep and long breaths.
So you don't breathe when you are in the ice bath?
Yes.
Hold your breath?
Yeah, you breathe normally, but try to have long, slow breaths, and just focus on the breath and try to disconnect from anything else.
Yeah,
the body
just
doesn't
slow.
matter. Exactly. Because in the end, the body is gonna send you electromagnetical signals that, oh, things are happening, but it's you who's gonna interpret what to do with that information. You have nothing broken. It's just the skin that it's a little cold, and oh my God, it's telling you to get up. But one Wim Hof breath from the cycle is 80% through the mouth, the rest 20% through the nose, and you get the air out violently as possible, and try to move your whole chest and back whenever you do it. Can each one of you do one, please?
So it was mouth and then
Yeah.
the rest, yeah?
80% mouth, rest nose. Cool. Well, we're gonna start the 30 breath cycle in 10 seconds. Everybody at their own pace. Try to count to 30, and at the 30th, if you want to hold the breath or get all the air out, then hold for as long as possible, and then relax a little bit. But yeah, I like to do it rapid fire because it hyperventilates me and gets me super dizzy with the oxygen, and usually that's a sign that you're doing good. But yeah, and in Tai Chi and energetic martial arts, usually men hold their right hand on the left, under 2 centimeters under the umbilic, and ladies hold left on top of the right to create an energetic circle, a spiral, that creates our vortex of energy from the chakra to the chest. So yeah, we're gonna start. 3, 2, 1. Give 1 minute, 1.5 minutes, breathe normally, relax. Nervous system is responding. We're very calm. Mind is blank. Oxygen is flowing. We're becoming alkaline. The acidity of the body is disappearing, and it's creating a perfect environment for healthy cells to reproduce. Twenty more seconds until the next cycle. Three, two, 1, 30 breaths. Nice. Now, there's people that like to enter 3 times for 30 seconds each. Other people go in once for as long as they can. I always recommend as long as you can, because the more you stay in the cold, the deeper the cold goes to the muscle tissue and makes the benefits and the contraction of the cardiovascular system. That's what we want. So usually people that stay 30 seconds, get in out, it just surface level, just the skin gets a little cold and it doesn't make that much sense. So we're gonna aim for between 3 to 7 minutes, that's ideal. More than 7 minutes kind of gets us into hypothermia or start of it. If we start shaking a lot by the 4 or 5 minute mark or earlier, that's kind of a sign that that's where our body limit is. And yeah, let's try to break the 1.5 minute mark, because that's when we cross the shock and we are able to control the breath and stay calm. Whatever the body is telling us, it's a lie. The pain is not our reality. So just get your mind somewhere else and relax. I'll go in first, so yeah. Nice. Yeah, we can use them if you like. No problem. Alright. You're not. Thank you very much. Alright, I'm gonna go in for 5 minutes. Initially, your body will tell you a lot of information, that it's painful, that it's uncomfortable, but that's what you want. Being uncomfortable is why you're here. Whenever you do voluntarily uncomfortable things, you become stronger and more capable of enduring stress, and life becomes a little bit easier. But yeah, at the start your body gets into shock. Sometimes you won't be able to control your breath, but you just want to take it easy, control yourself, and relax. Don't contract, just let go, and forget your body is even here, and take your mind somewhere else. I like to think that I'm on a beautiful farmland with flowers and grain, just like the gladiator, right? Sun is shining, everything is nice and beautiful. Usually the extremities are now trying to send all the blood flow to the chest and the vital organs to keep them warm. So the blood vessels are contracting, the fingers, the toes are losing blood flow, and it's normal. That's why it's painful. But it's just pain, electromagnetic signals. They're telling you something is going on, but you're stronger than that, right? You're stronger than that. One more minute, and I'm at my 5-minute mark. now, to get the blood flow going again, we're gonna do 1 minute of squats and punches in the air. Full range of motion, get the blood flow going. Move. Amazing.
My name is Thomas. I've been doing ice baths off and on for maybe 5 years now. Doing it consistently once or twice a week for maybe 2 months. I had a great ice bath here. The breath work ahead of time was really useful to kind of oxygenate my body. Spent 3 minutes in the tub, and I dipped my head for the first time. It's cold and wonderful. Had a great time. We seem to be a really nice community here, and I feel really welcome.
Yeah, hi, my name is Julia, and I'm going to Icework since for about 1 or 2 months. And normally I try to avoid cold water because I'm a little bit freezy all the time. But since my first ice bath, I fall in love. I'm addicted to ice bath right now because I feel so calm after it, and it's like meditation to me. And it's good for the muscles. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Susanna. I feel amazing as always after ice bath, very refreshed and calm. I believe this is a beautiful reset for your body and your mind. I love the moment when you just decide that you're getting in, and even if it feels like the worst idea, you have the choice and you stick to it because you know why you do it. You do it for yourself and for your benefits. It was a beautiful practice today with Crispin, with the breath work. I really enjoyed that. Thank you so much. Deeply recommend.